Hi guys, so today we are going to be talking about the different forms of attachments we have. So we have the secure attachment, we have the disorganized attachment, and we have the anxious attachment. So knowing this will help your relationship in the sense that you will know where your partner is coming from, because sometimes when we experience different kinds of attitude in our relationship, we tend to wonder why. So knowing where all this come from most times will help our relationship, and we can help each other to better our lives in our relationship, because the motive of the relationship is to better each other's lives. So knowing these things, I'm very sure will help us in our relationship. So now we are talking about the secured attachment, and most times children that experience secure attachment most times are the kind of people that eventually turn out to be people that are responsive and loving. And most times it's because of the experience they got while growing up. Their caregivers are always there for them, lovingly and most times available, and the child most times he or she feels safe exploring the world and knowing that they can rely on their caregivers. And most times this leads to healthy emotional regulation and strong self-esteem and good social skill, because most times when growing up, a lot of children, they face different kinds of attitude from their caregiver, in the sense that some caregivers are loving and readily available, and sometimes they shun these children. And children that experience this kind of attachment are most times they will normally have swing, in the sense that they will try to develop independency, and at the same time when they have opportunity to really show intimacy, they do, but the pattern is not regular. But for children that went through the secure attachment, most times they form healthy and trusting relationship, and most times they know how to express their emotions openly and also communicate. They are comfortable with intimacy, and they are also comfortable with independence. And you see them most times their resilience is very, very high, especially to relationship challenges. But for children that grew up with caregivers that are inconsistent, that are also neglectful, or most times over intrusive, you find out that they experience anxious attachment, in the sense that because their caregiver, they are inconsistent, sometimes loving, sometimes neglectful, so they have patterns. You see them most times they may be clingy, then because of the fear of abandonment, and most times they experience over dependency, and this tends to affect them while growing up. And in their future relationship, you begin to see most times they are needy, they are seeking constant validation, fear of abandonment, and they keep over analyzing their partner's action, and they will be emotionally reactive. And that is why in our relationship, when we experience things like that, we should know where this is coming from, because sometimes in relationship, when you bring two people together, they don't have the same behavior, and at times we may experience a partner who is too clingy on us, and at the same time, because of fear of abandonment, it tends to want to be having this anxious attachment. So if you remember where it's coming from, you understand the situation, and we can most time help ourselves. Then there is something that we also call avoidant attachment, in the sense that the caregiver most times is emotionally distant or rejects the child needs, and the child learns to self-suit him or herself, and most times not relying on people. And this kind of situation will result to the child future relationship, as in acting like most times he or she will struggle with emotional intimacy, and at the same time you will prefer independence over connection. And you see most times they may shut down or withdraw anytime there is conflict because they don't have the capacity to handle it. So most times we should, when especially we caregivers that are taking care of children, most times is a lesson, because I also learned this in my coaching journey, that we have to be a source of comfort for children most times, because when a child is having this disorganized attachment, most times you find out that the caregiver who has been a source of comfort and at the same time a source of fear to this child. And most times children like this, they want closeness, but they fear rejection or harm. And in their future relationship, you begin to see them that they want intimacy, but at the same time they are afraid, they have the fear of being hurt. So they will struggle with trust, and they will also struggle with emotional regulation, and at the same time they have higher risks of toxic or abusive relationship. So most times you cannot blame them because of this disorganized attachment they experience while growing up. So most times we can get to know ourselves better, knowing which kind of attachment styles do we have, and this can be known through self-awareness and having a secure relationship, because most time people can change, they can move to become a secure person, in the sense that when you are in your relationship and you begin to understand your attachment style, you begin to look for ways of developing yourself, in the sense that you can promote healthy relationship, in the sense that you can talk to a coach if you feel that you need a coach, if you know that you have some of these attachment styles that I have mentioned, I mean the insecure attachment. You can talk to a coach about it, and at the same time you must learn to be able to express your emotions. It's very, very important. Then you must use more of emotional regulation. You should be able to regulate your emotion. You should have the power in controlling your emotion. You should be able to practice like mindfulness. Mindfulness is very, very good, because it helps you to learn how to manage your emotion, especially when you are in an overwhelming situation. So you'll be able to control yourself. Then at the same time, you should be able to practice vulnerability, in the sense that you should go into relationship with people, and if you love someone, show it. Don't be afraid. If you feel good about the relationship, you should say it. You should let the other partner know how you feel. And most times you should socialize. Socializing is also very good. And you should have self-compassion for yourself. Encourage these activities that will foster self-compassion, self-care. Take care of yourself. That's where you can learn to take care of people. So at the end of the day, you realize that you'll be a better person. Then self-belief. Positive self-belief is very important. Challenge the negative belief. Love yourself. See yourself that you are better, and you are better, and at the same time you can also do better than how you are. And at the end of the day, you realize that you can change more, as in a more better way than how you were before. But the most important thing is to be aware of who you are. It's very, very important. Before you go into a relationship, you must know yourself, and the only way you can know yourself is to socialize, is to mix with people. You should have friends, and at the same time look at how you feel whenever you are angry. Journaling is also good. When you are in a tough situation, how do you react? How is your communication with people? How do people see you? You understand? So all these things is very, very important before you go into relationship, because if you are aware of who you are, it makes things more better. and you know how to cope with your partner, because you already know who you are. Because a lot of people, they struggle with self-awareness. They don't know who they really are. And when you now go into a relationship like that, you may begin to experience difficulties in expressing your emotions, in communicating, knowing your needs, what you really want out of that relationship. So all these things are very, very important, and the reason for letting you guys know the where all these our behaviors came from, because it started from while we were growing, from childhood. So when we know from where all this emanated from, then we can really know how to handle the problems in our relationship. So that's the need for teaching you about this, giving you knowledge, insights about this form of attachment. And also for people that are interested in coaching, if you want to also be a coach, this video is for you, because you can also learn and also teach people what you know. And this is a medium of also sharing knowledge with you on what I know about coaching. So if you are interested in coaching also, so this channel is for you. You can learn one or two things, and you can also start your coaching, your online coaching class. So it's like that. So all right guys, thanks for watching my video today. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel membership, it's better you subscribe now, because online classes are going on, and there are a lot to be learned from the membership class. And at the same time, if you want to make money online, then I think that membership class is for you, because what you will know in the membership class is something that you can trade for money. You can also start your YouTube channel and also start coaching people, not necessarily relationship. It could even be money, how people can gain one or two income from what you do, what you share with people. You can trade it for money, and at the same time you can also learn about business coaching, which is the entrepreneurship coaching. So, and I will share my ideas, what I do, and how I've become who I am today. So all right guys, no knowledge is a waste, and no knowledge is a loss. All right guys, thanks for watching my video. I have to go now, and bye.